Hey guys, this is Ben here at thatcologneguy coming at you with another fragrance review. If you follow my channel, you know I typically review one fragrance in each episode, and I talk about longevity and projection. I give the notes, more of the technical aspects. I'm going to step back from that format, and I'm going to give you a holiday episode. So first and foremost, happy holidays to you and yours. May 2020 be all that you want it to be. In this episode, I'm going to take a look at different fragrances because I'm assuming that either, number one, you subscribe to my channel, thank you very much, and you're watching this because it is the most recent episode, or number two, you stumbled upon this episode because you are frantically looking for a gift for the upcoming holidays. And instead of talking about specific fragrances, I'm going to have categories, and in each category I'll give you 3 to 4 fragrances, and I hope that you can choose from there. I'm not going to list each of the notes and what type it is and what season, etc., but I want you to go to www.fragrantica.com, and that site you go to the search engine and put the name in, and you can see all the information that you would need. I just don't have the time to do that for each one in this episode. And go there and check out each one in more detail. This is just to whet your appetite, as it were. Okay, keep in mind these are all designer fragrances. These are all basically $100 or less for the bottle. If you're not into the fragrance community, you might not know that there are kind of two terms that people throw out, which is designer and niche. Niche are generally companies that have more expensive fragrances, and that is really almost or only the thing that they produce. So a niche company really just focuses heavily or exclusively on fragrance. Designer are the fragrances that you see from companies that have a lot of things like fashion, including fragrance, watches, leather, and you will see them mostly in department stores. This is a list for exclusively designer. I'm not going to include any niche because it is for folks on a limited budget. So, and then the last thing I'll mention is what I said earlier, which is I'm flipping it, and I'm going to give you kind of different categories, and I hope you appreciate that in each one, I'm not going to rank any fragrances today. If they've made it on here, it's because it's a category that might be relevant to you and a fragrance I like. That simple. So without further ado, let us commence. I'm going to start off with the Cheapies. And in the Cheapie category, I have one for you that is perfect for the middle schooler or high schooler. And this was gifted to me, but it is really good, and it's called Freshwater by Bath & Body Works. And, it's linear. There are no surprises here. It's fresh. It's green. But I will say this is called a deodorizing body spray. I wear this as a deodorant, and it lasts all day. It smells very, very nice. Of course, it's more for spring and summer, but it has, without the shadow of a doubt, it has a youthful quality to it. This would be a perfect first fragrance for a middle schooler. This is clearly the 11 to 17 crowd, and really nice. Freshwater by Bath & Body Works. Okay, and if you're looking for kind of a mature version of Freshwater, the 18 and up crowd will definitely appreciate Kenneth Cole's signature. And I went to a department store, and they were closing down. Everything was 80% off, and I got this on the cheap. I got it as a blind buy, and I thought, how bad can it be? It is really, really nice. Kind of papyrus, guaiac wood. It's very woodsy. It has a mature quality to it. It has a good presence to it. It lasts. This is a huge surprise for me. It has a lot of notes in it, but that's it. The number one thing you would think is woods. It's without a doubt a masculine fragrance. Really, really like this one. And this one is Kenneth Cole's signature. Don't overlook this one. Okay, now more for the high schoolers. This is another one that I swapped on Fragrantica in the swap thread. I swapped one of my fragrances for another one, and I had another one I just threw in and told the guy, I said, I'm just going to give you 2. And he did the same thing. He threw in this one. And this is Guess Seduction Blue that you always see at Target. This is always at Target. And Guess Seduction Blue is, you know what, I would categorize this as first high school dance. Clearly for high schoolers, absolutely for the 14 to 18 crowd, in college, right, 14 and up. But this is really a first time boys fragrance along the same lines of Freshwater, slightly more mature. I do think that college could pull this off. And Guess Seduction Blue is really, really nice. Now, if you are in a warm climate, this could be really any age group. It's just very fresh. And the problem with, the only limitation to this is, on my skin at least, it does not last. This thing does not last more than 4 hours, which is why I always affectionately refer to it as the first high school dance. This is prom scent. We should call it prom scent, but it's called Guess Seduction Blue. Really smells nice. It is a freshie, and it is cheap. You're looking around $20 TJ Maxx, Target. All right, on to the next one. Do not unsubscribe, okay? Please promise that you will not unsubscribe from my channel because I am going to go there. Oh, yes, I am. Are you ready? Axe. I did. I went there. So, yes, I have an Axe fragrance in my collection, and yes, I wholeheartedly stand by it. Dark Temptation is really, really good. Dark Temptation is whipped cream, it's vanilla, it's cherry, and lots of chocolate. And it is an excellent fragrance. I really enjoy this one. I usually keep this one for vacations. I really like it. It lasts a fair amount. It will get you compliments. It smells really nice. And it really doesn't smell youthful. And you probably, if you don't know, Axe, and I think, what is it called in the UK? I think it's called, is it Lynx? Anyway, Axe is kind of known as the high school, right, explosion where the boys are just, wearing just tons and tons of it. That said, though, Dark Temptation is not for a middle school, high school. This is definitely a any age fragrance. I always keep this in my collection, and you can get this for easily less than $10. Okay, let's move on. So now we're going to go to one that is kind of any age, and this one is Bath and Body Works Mahogany Woods. This has been discontinued. One thing about Bath and Body Works I don't like is that if you, whether it be their soap or their fragrances, you get hooked on a certain smell that they have. You really like it, and then they discontinue it. Even if it sells well, they discontinue, and that's unfortunate because Mahogany Woods is a really, really nice fragrance. And they kind of capitalize. It's not original, but it's really nice. They've capitalized on kind of the Christian Dior fad from a couple of years ago of the iris note and kind of makeup, cosmetic smell with woods and bourbon and vanilla. So you're going to get a lot of sweet kind of smelling vanilla. You're going to get some woods in it, and then you're also going to get, as I said, kind of an iris amber note in it that really meshes well. This is a good fragrance. I got this for $12.50 at the outlet. So check this out at a Bath and Body Works outlet. I don't think you can get them in the stores anymore just because they're it's been discontinued. Although you might be able to score it online. That I don't know. But you can get it oftentimes under $15 after tax. This is my second bottle of this. For the fragrance snobs, don't overlook this one because Mahogany Woods actually is a great fragrance, and it's cheapy. Let's end with the cheapies. This is the last one. I know most of you don't think this, but for anyone out there who thinks that women like expensive fragrances, that is definitely not true, and this is the case in point. I got this. This is a 200 milliliter, 6.7 ounce bottle. My second bottle. This is Halston Z14. Halston Z14. And this one is a cinnamon, leather, tobacco, oak moss blend from the 70s. And I got this for easily less than $20 for a 6.7 ounce. This is twice the size of most bottles of fragrance, right? And I got it less for $20. And I'm not going to say every time, but almost every time I wear this, I get a compliment. Almost every time I get a compliment. It's a cheapie. And this one is definitely for the 40 and up crowd. This is a mature scent, and this is a very dad scent, and I am one, so I can say that. This is for the dads out there. This is the 40 and up crowd. Very, very masculine. The bottle's a little cheap. I have a little problems with that because this is my second bottle, and both of them have had kind of, I wish they would have spent more a little bit on the sprayer and the bottle itself. But hey, it's a cheapie. What do you want? Excellent juice overall. Is it dated? Yes. Is it mature? Yes. We're going to go 40 and up on this. I like the reformulated version, by the way, because it doesn't smell as much as it did in the 70s and 80s. Usually that's bad, but actually that's better for this one because it doesn't clear out a room. Really nice stuff. So on crowd pleasers, I have a few of them. And I'm going to say now that the first one is, so the first one here we have is Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. And this is a 1990s fragrance. And if you notice, this still has the label as a sticker. Now it's actually embossed on the label. And that's how you tell the difference. This is the old one before the reformulation. And this one has more tobacco in it. I don't know how anyone on earth could not like this. Dolce & Gabbana. Now, they might say the new version is kind of like baby shampoo, which it is. I do admit that they toned down the tobacco note, but I had both. I've had both bottles. This is just a really nice fragrance for any time, anywhere, any place, any age. Yes, it's from the 90s, but it doesn't have that typical detergent 90s, Tommy Hilfiger explosion kind of smell. A lot of the 90s fragrances were just like, dryer sheets. Like how many detergents can we smell like? And of course, people got tired of that after a while. This one is not like that. This one is a classic. I think it was 94 was the release, but either way, Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme is one that I will always keep in my collection. Any reformulation whatsoever, and wow, really like that. I can't see anyone liking that, not liking that. Excuse me. All right, another crowd pleaser. This is also from the 90s. Chrome. This is Chrome by Azzaro or Azzaro, Azzaro. This is another one you typically see at Target, Yonkers, Bergner's, most of your department stores. And I have to say, in fact, how I came into upon this one was in Fragrantica many years ago. I actually ran a thread of which one do you like if you just like a nice fragrance and you just don't care about winter and events and all this. You just want to smell nice. This is the ultimate I just want to smell nice fragrance. This one is the I don't care. I don't have 100 bottles of cologne in my closet. I just have 2 or 3, and this is one of them. I just wake up and put this on and blah blah blah, and I just want to smell nice. This is it. It gets you compliments, gets you noticed. It's very nice, and you can get it on the cheap, especially through discounters. This is another one that, like it or hate it, some people say it smells like Windex. Yes, it does a little bit. I will concede that, but it is very nice. This is my 3rd bottle. I really enjoy Chrome, and I always keep it in my collection. Okay, now on to the clubbing scent. All right, here's the crowd pleaser, but especially for the clubs. Here we go. This one always gets the best fragrance with yet worse marketing and worse bottle. Okay, I could not hate the bottle anymore. It is really hard to actually look. I mean, just look, you have to tap around it. They definitely did not do. Paco Rabanne did a bad job with Invictus. So this is, of course, Invictus, 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 and this one is a nasty bottle. And this one also has really lame marketing, I must tell you. And I'm a huge fan of rugby, and one of the rugby players, or at least former players, I think, is the model for Invictus. He's a totally cool guy, but they always show. Have you seen their commercials? Their commercials are always like he comes in and he has it on his bicep, this big trophy. And all these sheets fall off women as soon as they see him walk in, and then he's got his trophy. It's pretty bad, I gotta say. That said, the actual juice itself, Yes, I like it. I know this is a divisive one in the community. A lot of people do not like this one. I am one that absolutely loves this fragrance. I love Invictus. It's kind of a masculine, woody yet bubblegummy, kind of fruity fragrance. It's a nice mix. Yeah, is it more for college? Yes, it is. Okay, it's a clubbing scent for the 18 to 22 range, but I really, really enjoy this one. I wear it a lot, and I do get a lot of compliments. I stand by the fact that I like it. I know a lot of you are rolling your eyes right now. I certainly roll my eyes when it comes to their commercials and the actual bottle. I wish they would change that. But Invictus by Paco Rabanne is definitely a crowd pleaser. Okay, now let's get to another one that is a crowd pleaser. I have to say, if you know, for the guy in your life who likes the real sweet fragrances, this is another one that's really, really good. Burberry Touch for men has catapulted up my list. I mean, it would almost have to make my top 10 at this point. I really enjoy this one. It is on the sweeter side, and this is the most feminine in terms of marketing that I think a lot of guys would want to go. It does have a little bit of a lipsticky kind of cosmetic bag smell to it. It does. But do I see this as a feminine fragrance? I do not. I think this is one of the best fragrances for guys who like sweet fragrances. You will get compliments, and as I've said in my other reviews, what I like about Burberry Touch is the longevity is excellent. It lasts a long time, but the projection always stays relatively close to you. So it's kind of the perfect mix, isn't it? It's not going to smell too much that it's off-putting to people, but it does invite people in. And so I really like Burberry Touch. This one is definitely got to be on the list without a shadow of a doubt. And then, of course, the king of all kings, the Acqua di Gio, and you're saying, okay, do you really want to smell like everybody's ex-boyfriend? Yes, I do. I love Georgie. All right, just forget it. Here we go. I got to take a break. I love this stuff so much that I'm just going to spray myself right now. Acqua di Gio. King since the 90s. I am not going to bash this because it is the #1 selling fragrance in the United States for the last, whatever, blankety blank years, 20 years, who knows. It deserves it. This Acqua di Gio is a freshie, but it is an amazing scent. And the common critique, it's a citrus, by the way, it's a citrus white musk blend that is just perfect for me. And oftentimes people say, yeah, but do you really want to smell like her ex-boyfriend? I don't. I wear what I want to wear. I love this. It's fantastic, and everyone should have. This is a 13.6 ounce, by the way, and then I've got the travel one to go. This is about my 33rd bottle. Okay, so Acqua di Gio will always be in my collection. I dare anyone to say Acqua di Gio without smiling. Do it right now. You can't do it. Okay, this is beyond. This is for any guy, anytime, any place, anywhere. Don't care if it's the 90s. I have the updated version, one of them, which is Acqua di Gio Essenza. I just smelled yesterday. Absolu. Love them all. Okay? Any Acqua di Gio you smell is going to work. All right, so now on to the romantic ones. If you know that your guy is looking for love, or if he's looking for a romantic scent, or you are looking for a romantic sexy scent on him, okay, then let's look at these. So #1 will be Bulgari's Man in Black. Bulgari Man in Black, this is an EDP. This is one of my personal favorites. It's boozy, it's tobacco, it's manly, it's gentlemanly. It's just perfect. I also got this on a blind buy. I bought this. I went to a store, saw it, just got on my phone, checked a couple reviews, and it's by Alberto Morillas, who's one of my favorite parfumers, and I bought it. I don't usually do that because I'm not in a financial situation to do so, but I have zero regrets, my friends. This one is Bulgari Man in Black. Excellent. if you're looking for a night of romance, look no further. So the second one that I like is Thierry Mugler's Pure Malt. And in Pure Malt, you are going to get, again, this kind of rum. Supposedly this one was either aged in or used in whiskey barrels and pure malt. And it smells very much like, again, tobacco, whiskey, some leather. It's ultra masculine, but not in a kind of open shirt, hairy chest, gold necklace, 70s oak moss way. Okay, this is more of a contemporary look at masculinity. This one is a 10 out of 10 for me. In fact, out of all three of the ones that I'm going to recommend, here it is. Here's the third one coming up here. Out of all three, this would be my personal favorite. I really enjoy Pure Malt, and you cannot go wrong with either of these two. I have a sample of the last one. Now, this one, for some people, Hermes is a designer, and for some people, Hermes is a niche. So, put an asterisk next to this one maybe. But I wanted to include. To me, I see them as a high-end designer. But either way, I'm going to include Terre d'Hermes. So this is Terre. This is Terre d'Hermes. Terre, and then D''Hermes. Terre d'Hermes. Terre d'Hermes is what people say, and that is land or earth of Hermes, which is the company. And this one is very linear, actually, but it's very citrusy. And this one the reason why I'm including this one is because it was ranked either number 1 or number 2 on Fragrantica on one of the threads I saw of favorite fragrance that women like on men. So I wanted to throw that in just because I've sampled it. I really like it. I don't know that I absolutely love it, though. It's really, really nice. And I will probably get a bottle of it. But I don't know that it would crack my top 10. But the ladies chimed in on Fragrantica, and they like their man to smell like Terre d'Hermes. All right, let's get down to the unique scents. Now, so these are scents that are not blind buy friendly. What I mean by that is, if you don't know the person very well, I don't know that this one would be the best option for you. This would be for someone that really likes unique fragrance. These are kind of the antithesis to Acqua di Gio. This is for the guy who likes to smell different than practically every other guy that he's around, and I wanted to include that category as well. So let's look at one that has been discontinued. I want to start with that one just because it's a little. You can still get it though. In fact, I got the huge bottle. This one is normally looks like an MP3 player. This one, the bottle itself is a little bit different because I got the huge one because when it discontinued, I just said, okay, I'm going to get the biggest one out there. This one is Givenchy Play Intense. And this one is another one that kind of fell off the radar under the radar for people. This one is chocolate. It's some woods, but it's sweet. Okay, it's definitely sweet. Vanilla, chocolate, and then cacao. So what I always think of is think of eating a really aromatic piece of chocolate cake with whipped cream in a coffee shop. So you know how let's say you're doing some massive studying all day in a coffee shop, and then you walk out of it and everyone can tell that you've been in a coffee shop because it smells like all of those gourmand aromas, right? All of those food smelling aromas that are delicious. That is Givenchy Play Intense. It is coffee, it's chocolate, it's vanilla, it's just superb. I'm very sad that this one has been discontinued. That's why I bought this mammoth bottle. This is my third, and I exclusively hold off. You can see I haven't used very much at all. I only wear this on very special occasions just because it's the end of the road for this one. Too bad, because Givenchy Play Intense is amazing stuff. Now, here's another one that's just off the chart. This is a 2000 release, but I just got this recently this year, and Koros Body is if you can find this really, really cheap, so like at a TJ Maxx, I got it because it was in a damaged section and of Kohl's, and I got it for less than $20. And the box was, you know, all ripped up, but who cares, right? So for a $20 bill, I got this, and oh, this is balsamic, this is eucalyptus. This is very, very, very sweet. It has a very, you know what I like about this? It has a very cotton candy kind of smell to it, mixed with ultra masculine. I just really like this one. If you like sweet smelling, or if he likes sweet smelling fragrances, this is another perfect gift. It's unique. No one's going to be smelling like this, especially with the eucalyptus. And it lasts all day. It's never too strong. I really like Koros Body. Make sure it's Koros Body, though, not Koros, because Koros Porom is the one that smells like cat pee, and it does. If you've never tried that one's whew. But Koros Body, 10 out of 10 for me. Really, really enjoy that. All right, let's finish up, guys. I'm going to finish off with two really, really unique ones. The first one is Encre Noire, which means black ink in French. And I will be reviewing this one. Really, really like this one. I also got this one on a swap, and he didn't care for it. It wasn't his thing. This couldn't be more my thing. I just love everything about this one. Encre Noire is cheap. You can get this one in discounters for less than $30 easily for 3.4 100 milliliter. And it does smell exactly like its name, black ink. It smells like if you walked into a printing shop. It's not for everyone, I will concede that, but if you're looking for a unique smell, for the winter especially, it's a darker scent, then this one is something you should consider. It's not blind buy safe, that's why I put it in the unique category, but if you know his tastes, and you know he likes the darker fragrances, then you should absolutely consider Encre Noire, especially at that price point. It's amazing. And I'll end with the quirky one. This one is Costume National pour Homme. Costume National is an Italian fashion designer company that's known for their for thinking outside of the box, and for their flamboyant fashion. And no surprises that the fragrance also is flamboyant. This came up because I was looking for, I love cinnamon, all right, as a note, and I was looking for recommendations for cinnamon-based fragrances, and this one kept coming up, so I bought it. And actually, I certainly don't regret it because I like it, but I would politely disagree with that and say much more prevalent in this one is not cinnamon but cloves. This one is cloves and citrus. And what it ends up smelling like is, somebody once said that this smelled like an ashtray mixed with movie theater popcorn. And as random as that smells, as random as that sounds, this indeed also has, it does have that quality. It's unique, but I really like it. It's a mesh of cinnamon, patchouli, cloves, some citrus, and grape, and the citrus being more of on the grapefruit end. So I like this. This is definitely not a blind buy, but if you know that his tastes are very unique, then you might want to consider this one. I would say, though, that keep in mind you should probably try to sample it first. Excellent stuff. This is my first bottle, and I'll probably get another one just because I enjoy wearing this one in the winter. I've been wearing a lot of this lately because we are now in the winter, and very good, and we'll end with that. All right, guys, there you have it. Something for everyone. A marathon episode. I really wanted to do that for the holidays, and I tried to give different categories for you. I hope you appreciate that. Hope there's something in here that you can find for a perfect gift for that guy in your life, whoever it may be. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Happy holidays to you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and always remember, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care.